behaved.
Very impressed.
She likes to hang out. So Kevin, I'd like to know from you, I'd like to know, when you think of leadership, I'd like to know what words come to mind or characteristics that you feel embody just a great leader. And are there any examples from history of great leaders that have just inspired you in any way, shape, or form that you'd like to call out? Any special leaders that just have given you the motivation to do what you do every day, to the power that you have? That's what I'd like to know about, because Kevin is a real person, by the way. Like, besides all these policy questions, what would you do? Homelessness, drugs, crime. I mean, he actually is a real person. So I'd like you to share a little bit of what makes a great leader, and who are some great leaders that have inspired you to push you to where you are today.
Wow, that's deep. So I think the number one quality of a good leader is humility. Is you have to have an understanding that you don't have all the answers. You can't do everything on your own, and actually things work a lot better when we all have a say, and when we're all working together. And so that's kind of my approach, is to draw as broadly as I can upon the wisdom of those around me. And when you're a leader in government, that includes the totality of the people that you represent. And I think you can understand that there is people who might disagree with you on a lot of things, but there's good in every person, and I think that the job of political leadership is to try to bring people together around shared values. I read a book once called Lincoln on Leadership, which was about Abraham Lincoln and his approach to leadership, and that was very much the way that he saw things. There was actually later the book by Doris Kearns Goodwin, Team of Rivals, where he actually brought together all of his sort of vanquished political opponents to be part of his cabinet in order to draw on their wisdom. But he also would, even during sort of the heart of the Civil War, would have days where he'd just have members of the public come in, and they'd line up, and he'd sit with them and hear their concerns. And it's not people who were like lobbyists or something. They were just ordinary people that would come into his office. He called them public opinion baths. I'm not sure how much I like that term. But that's what he would do. Or he would, actually go over to the War Department and would be there, and with the people who were, calling the shots, or who were working, tirelessly to sort of, or he would visit soldiers in the field to get a sense of what was really going on the ground, and would talk to soldiers directly. So that's kind of, I guess, my model of leadership. It's hard to imagine anything further from that than what Gavin Newsom has. Where he thinks that he can just sort of sit in Sacramento and issue edicts from thunderbolts from Mount Zion, and have the people comply. Doesn't really matter what they think. So it would be about as big a change as you can imagine between me and him. Mount Olympus, sorry, not Mount Zion. My Greek mythology.
I mean, we can send lightning bolts from any mountain when we're Gavin Newsom. He'll be like, I'll pick the mountain, any mountain, all of them. Thank you for sharing some of your soul with us too on that question, Kevin, because I think you're a fabulous leader, and I think you've done a great job so far, and I'm so excited for what you are going to accomplish in the future. Guys, when I have been volunteering for Kevin, all the time I get people to say, he just reminds me of a young JFK, which JFK would be a Republican by today's standards. And I mean, this guy, I want you guys all to take a selfie, take pictures with Kevin, because someday we're all going to be volunteering on his campaign for President of the United States. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
What did you get into, please?
Mark my words, you heard it first here in the winery in Rancho Cucamonga with S.J. Antonucci, future presidential candidate, future governor of California, future savior of our state, and a lot of great things. And I'm glad you guys could be with us here today and be part of this movement. And guys, the movement is not over September 14th. This movement keeps going. You have to keep getting to know your neighbors. You have to keep influencing your neighbors. You have to take your kids and bring them. Like, props to all the parents that brought their kids today. This is a homeschool lesson. Civics 101, taught to you by Kevin Kiley. And you have to continue your involvement. You have to keep making those phone calls, keep knocking on doors, keep meeting with your community groups. If you have funds, donate to Kevin's campaign. Candace at the bar will take cash and check donations. And you can also go to Kiley for California to donate online. Take a book home with you, take a pen, call your neighbors, talk to your neighbors. Say, do you know who Kevin Kiley is? Guess what? I heard about him today. I met him. I took a selfie with him. So you have to continue what you're doing, guys. And thank you for being here. I'm going to be pulling the raffle tickets soon.
Before we do that, can we give one more round of applause for SJ?
support the cause here. And wherever these raffle tickets are, if someone knows where the raffle ticket, the opportunity drawing tickets, we're going to be pulling those. Shout out to Jacob Swodek here. He pulled his kids out of school long before COVID. He is one of the original revolutionaries in the let's homeschool our children because I think they'll get a better education movement. And his wonderful children who are having a homeschool lesson right now have helped us. So would you like to pull us want to close the eyes, pull a raffle ticket out for us? All right, I have an announcement, a very special announcement. Do I have everybody's attention? We have a very special sponsor in this room who has agreed to match dollar for dollar donations up to $1,000 for donations made in the next hour. If you are on Facebook Live, Kiley for California.com, everybody in this room, whatever you want to donate, we have a sponsor who will match donations up to $1,000 for the next hour. So if you're on the internet, KileyForCalifornia.com. If you're in the room, you can write Candace a check. You can give her cash. We can show you how to do your card on the website on your phone, up to $1,000. Thank you so much. Am I allowed to name who the sponsor is? Do I know? I don't know if I'm allowed to name them, but if I am, I will name them later. And now it's time for our opportunity drawing.
We raised 160 on the opportunity.
Oh, and we've raised 160 from the opportunity drawing so far. Thank you guys so much. And get your red tickets out, guys. We're ready to read off the winner of this beautiful basket. Can you bring the basket to the camera just to show this wonderful basket? Thank you so much to Jennifer Tullius and the Filippi Winery for donating this. It's a basket of over $100 worth of wine and merchandise. Our winner is 3837769. Do we have a winner? Okay, 3837769. All right. Let me check and make sure he read it right. 3837769. You got yourself a nice basket, sir. Thank you. How much did you raise? We raised $160 from our opportunity drawing, and again, everybody get ready to donate because we can get up to $1,000 matched in the next hour. Let's take this opportunity and make it happen. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for and I have to thank Wendy for Orange County, Marissa Forte for following us around and taking pictures, Brian Vaccaro and his amazing wife and son who just follow us around everywhere and film us, and all of the other volunteers in this room who are just amazing and do things all the time. And Jacob has something to say.
You didn't get to my question, but a lot of us were asking, how do you achieve such great volume on your hair there? Do you drive a convertible?
I actually just got a haircut yesterday. It got
So he even has better hair than Gavin Newsom, amongst all of these other things. Yeah?
Yeah, let's not go too far down that road.
So thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for your support, and keep up the good fight, guys, because the battle has just started. We are just getting started, guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, everyone.
Get your books, get your merch, and get a picture with Kevin Kiley.